Are state tax deductions a possibility for those who have lost their health insurance and have to pay a penalty under federal law? Hi, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Beverly Weaver, and we are here at the state capitol bringing you news and information from our state lawmakers. And I'd like to introduce now Representative Jared Wright from the Western Slope. Welcome, Representative. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Pleasure to be with you.
Yeah, now I know this is an issue that you really are thinking about in the context of lots of calls that you got after health care reform went into place. Tell me what you heard and really what you're feeling about this issue right now.
Well, you know, we're hearing from constituents across the state that this is, if not the most important issue, very close to it for everyone. I mean, it's a dinner table discussion. And people are faced with the situation now where over 300,000 Coloradans, just Coloradans, not Americans, mind you, but 300,000 Coloradans have now lost their health insurance. And they're being faced with premiums that have gone up under the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare as it's more commonly known.
Yeah.
So, you know, when they lose their insurance due to the act and then they're forced to look at more expensive plans to comply, we're really putting folks between a rock and a hard place.
So in terms of giving them a tax deduction, how would that work? I know that you're working on legislation in that regard, but how would that work and how would that show up to them on their state income taxes?
Right. Well, you know, this is just a little bit of relief, but it is relief, and it's relief that people are looking for in that when they apply or when they file their Colorado taxes, they will be able to write off the fine that they have to pay on their federal return if they are not able to meet the mandate. And for those people, again, that are right now between that rock and a hard place, we just want to give them whatever options we can to try to lighten their load a little bit.
Right. And you're from Mesa County. The Western Slope is certainly your area of expertise. Federal land out there is obviously predominant. You really have to kind of work around a lot of federal land. Tell me what you're doing in that regard to try and work with the Bureau of Land Management to gain access, use these lands.
Yeah, you bet. Well, you hit the nail on the head. I can walk out my front door and look any direction and see federal land. We're surrounded by federal land, primarily BLM in my area. And one of the situations we're faced with in my community is we've consistently gone through this boom and bust cycle that very much relies on what the regulations are at the time in an administration federally and how they deal with our resource development. So when industry is faced with not knowing where regulations are going to be for them to be able to develop our natural resources like oil and gas, it's tough for them to stay on track and work around it. So one of the ways that we want to address that is we want to work more closely with the federal government to communicate more closely with the federal government and how they make these decisions. We want to provide our governor's office as well as a panel of folks from the state the ability to communicate one-on-one with people in the Department of the Interior, people with the Forest Service, the BLM, to tell them what's going on in the state and how they can help us economically.
Do you see that opening up, Representative? Do you see that kind of that line of communication opening up, but also some lands that haven't been accessed before opening up?
Not necessarily lands opening up, but I do see communication channels opening up, and we have had an opportunity to work specifically with the Department of Interior on sage-grouse issues, where we have tried to take more of a state solution approach rather than being mandated that we do something from the federal government. So I'm encouraged that this is going the right direction, and hopefully we'll make some inroads there.
All right. Thanks very much. Great information, Representative Jared Wright. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Beverly Weaver.